In the year 2247, humans had made remarkable progress in space exploration. They had built huge spaceships that could travel to distant stars and planets. One of these ships, named the Voyager, was on a mission to explore the outer regions of the galaxy. The crew was excited and curious about what they might find. Captain Sarah Morgan led the team of scientists, engineers, and explorers, all eager to uncover the mysteries of the universe. As the Voyager traveled through the starry void, the crew noticed a strange object on their scanners. It was an uncharted moon orbiting a distant planet, hidden behind a cluster of asteroids. What could that be? Sarah wondered aloud, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. The ship's science officer, Dr. Alan Reed, looked at the data on his screen. It seems to be a barren moon, but there's something unusual about it. We should take a closer look. The crew gathered around the main screen as the moon came into view. It looked gray and lifeless, covered in craters and rocks. No signs of life were visible, but something about it felt intriguing. "Prepare to enter orbit," Sarah ordered. The crew sprang into action, eager to investigate this mysterious moon. As they approached, they saw that the surface was more complex than it first appeared. There were strange formations and deep canyons that made it look like it had a fascinating history. Dr. Reed noted, this moon may have once had water and possibly even life. The crew was filled with excitement at the thought of exploring it. Once in orbit, Sarah decided they should send a landing team to the surface. "Let's see what secrets this moon holds," she said with determination. She selected a group of 4 crew members to join her on the landing mission: Dr. Reed, engineer Lisa Chen, navigator Mark Patel, and security officer Jenna Ortiz. Together, they suited up and prepared to leave the ship. As the small landing craft descended, the crew could see the moon's surface more clearly. The rocky landscape was stark and desolate, but there was something mesmerizing about it. "Look at those cliffs," Lisa exclaimed. They looked like they could tell stories from ages ago. When they landed, the team exited the craft, taking their first steps on the moon. They were filled with a sense of wonder as they looked around. The air was thin, and they could see the distant stars twinkling in the dark sky. "It feels like we're on another world," Jenna said, her eyes wide with awe. Dr. Reed began taking samples of the soil and rocks. He wanted to find out more about the moon's composition. "I think we might find some interesting minerals here," he said, focused on his work. Sarah and Mark walked a little further, exploring the surroundings. Suddenly, Mark spotted something unusual in the distance. "Hey, look over there," he shouted, pointing towards a ridge. "What is that?" The rest of the team turned to see a large structure peeking out from behind the rocks. It looked ancient, as if it had been built long ago and forgotten by time. Curiosity piqued. The team made their way toward the structure. As they got closer, they realized it was a massive door, covered in strange symbols and markings. "What do you think it is?" Lisa asked, tracing her fingers over the markings. "It looks like it could be some kind of entrance." Dr. Reed joined them, examining the door closely. "These symbols don't match any known alien language we've encountered before. This could be something entirely new." Excitement bubbled among the crew as they imagined what might lie beyond the door. "Should we try to open it?" Jenna asked, glancing back at the others. "It might be dangerous." Sarah weighed the risks, but felt a strong urge to discover what was inside. "We didn't come all this way to turn back now," she decided. "Let's see what's behind this door." With that, the team began to search for a way to open it. They found a control panel on the side, covered in dust and debris. "Maybe this will help us," Mark suggested as he brushed off the dirt. He pressed a few buttons, but nothing happened. "It looks like it needs power," he added, frowning. Just then, Lisa noticed a small opening nearby. "What if we connect our ship's power supply to this?" she proposed. "It might give us enough energy to activate the door." Everyone nodded in agreement, eager to see what lay inside. They quickly returned to their landing craft and set up a connection to the door's panel. As they worked, excitement filled the air. They imagined the secrets that might be waiting for them beyond the door: ancient technology, lost artifacts, or even signs of extraterrestrial life. Once everything was connected, Mark pressed the button again. This time, a low hum filled the air, and the ground shook slightly. The door began to move. slowly sliding open with a loud creak. A rush of stale air escaped from the dark entrance, carrying the scent of dust and age. "Here we go," Sarah said, her heart racing with anticipation. They took a deep breath and stepped through the doorway into the unknown. As they entered, they found themselves in a vast chamber illuminated by soft, glowing lights. The walls were covered in intricate designs, depicting scenes of strange creatures and stars. The sight was breathtaking. "This place must be ancient," Dr. Reed whispered, captivated by the beauty around them. "It looks like a temple or a place of worship." They explored the chamber, moving cautiously as they admired the artwork and the architecture. In the center of the room stood a massive pedestal, and on it was a crystal orb, pulsating with energy. The crew was drawn to it, mesmerized by its glow. "What do you think it is?" Jenna wondered, stepping closer. "It looks like it holds some kind of power." "Let's be careful," Sarah warned, glancing around for any signs of danger. "We don't know what this is capable of." As they debated what to do next, a soft voice echoed in the chamber, startling them. "You have come to awaken the Guardians." The crew exchanged glances, unsure if they had imagined it. "Who said that?" Mark asked, his voice shaky. "Was that a hologram or something?" The voice continued, "Only the worthy may harness the power within." "Will you accept the challenge?" This was unexpected. "What challenge?" Sarah asked, her heart racing. "What do we need to do?" The voice replied, "Prove your strength, your wisdom, and your courage. Only then can you unlock the secrets of this moon." The crew stood in silence, realizing that they had stumbled upon something extraordinary. They were not just explorers, they had become part of a much larger story. The moon held secrets and challenges that could change their understanding of the universe. Excitement and determination filled the air as they prepared to face whatever lay ahead. They knew they had discovered more than just a barren moon. They had uncovered a treasure trove of ancient knowledge and power. The adventure was just beginning, and they were ready to embrace it. After their astonishing discovery on the moon, the crew of the Voyager felt a sense of excitement and determination. The mysterious voice echoed in their minds, reminding them of the challenge ahead. Captain Sarah Morgan gathered her team in the vast chamber, where the glowing crystal orb sat on the pedestal. "We need to figure out what the Guardians want from us," she said, her voice steady and confident. "This could change everything we know about our place in the universe." Dr. Alan Reed adjusted his glasses, looking at the symbols on the walls. "The designs here seem to tell a story. They might give us clues about the challenge." As the crew studied the artwork, they began to piece together a narrative. The walls showed scenes of ancient beings, possibly the Guardians, interacting with stars and other celestial bodies. Mark Patel pointed to one of the murals. "Look, that figure seems to be holding a star. It looks powerful." Jenna Ortiz moved closer, intrigued. "What if we need to show our strength, just like that figure?" As they debated, Lisa Chen carefully examined the pedestal. "This orb is unlike anything I've seen. It's pulsating with energy. If we can unlock its secrets, we might gain incredible power." The crew nodded, their curiosity growing stronger. Sarah took a deep breath and decided to take the first step. "I'll touch the orb," she announced, feeling both nervous and excited. "Maybe it will help us understand what the Guardians want." The team watched her closely as she stepped forward. As her fingers brushed the smooth surface of the crystal, a warm light enveloped her. Images flooded her mind, visions of stars, galaxies, and ancient beings dancing among the cosmos. She felt a connection to the universe, a sense of purpose. Suddenly, the warm light faded, and Sarah stepped back, breathing heavily. "What did you see?" Dr. Reed asked, eager for answers. "It felt like I was part of something bigger," she replied, her voice filled with wonder. "The Guardians want us to lead. They want us to show our strength and wisdom." The crew exchanged excited glances. They realized they had a mission to prove themselves worthy of the Guardians' trust. "But how do we do that?" Jenna asked, looking around. "We need a plan." Sarah nodded. "Let's divide our tasks. Dr. Reed, continue studying the murals for any additional clues. Mark and Lisa, you can investigate the orb and see if you can unlock more of its secrets. Jenna and I will scout the chamber for anything that might help us. The team quickly got to work. Each member focused on their role. As they worked, Dr. Reed uncovered more about the Guardians' stories. It seems they faced challenges much like ours, he said, pointing to a mural depicting a great battle against darkness. They fought for their home, just like we fight for ours. That means we need to be united and strong, Lisa added, her eyes sparkling with determination. We can't give up easily. Sarah felt a surge of pride for her crew. They were not just explorers, they were warriors in their own right. Meanwhile, Mark and Lisa examined the orb closely. Mark noticed small inscriptions around its base. These might be instructions, he said, excitedly running his fingers over the markings. If we can decipher them, it could lead us to the next step. Lisa joined him, her eyes narrowing in concentration. Let's work together. We can break it down piece by piece. The two worked in harmony, using their skills to interpret the ancient language. As Sarah and Jenna explored the chamber, they discovered hidden passages leading deeper into the moon. These tunnels could lead us to the heart of the Guardians' challenge, Jenna said, her voice filled with enthusiasm. We should check them out. The two women carefully ventured into the tunnels, their footsteps echoing in the darkness. The walls were damp and cool, lit by soft, glowing stones. This place feels alive, Sarah whispered, feeling a strange energy surrounding them. We're not alone here. When they reached the end of one tunnel, they found another large chamber. This one was filled with strange, swirling energies that danced in the air. What is this place? Jenna asked, her eyes wide with amazement. It looks like a training ground. Sarah approached a floating orb in the center of the room. It pulsed with energy, just like the one on the surface. Maybe this is where the Guardians train to gain their strength, she suggested. If we can tap into this energy, it might help us face the challenges ahead. With newfound determination, Sarah reached out to touch the floating orb. Instantly, she felt a surge of power coursing through her. She closed her eyes, allowing the energy to flow into her. This is incredible, she exclaimed, feeling invigorated and empowered. Jenna watched in awe. You look different, she said, noticing the change in Sarah's aura. It's like you're radiating strength. Sarah opened her eyes, filled with a new sense of purpose. We have to share this with the others. If we can harness this power, we might just prove ourselves to the Guardians. When they returned to the first chamber, Mark and Lisa were deep in discussion. We've deciphered some of the instructions, Mark announced, his face beaming with excitement. We need to gather energy from the orbs and channel it through the crystal to unlock the next stage of the challenge. Perfect timing, Sarah said, her heart racing. We found a source of energy that could help us. The crew gathered, eager to share their discoveries and strategies. Together, they formed a plan to harness the power of the chambers and demonstrate their strength as a united team. With excitement buzzing in the air, they set to work, each crew member playing their part. They connected the energies from the floating orb to the crystal on the pedestal, and as they did, the entire chamber began to glow with a brilliant light. The voice of the Guardians echoed once again, this time filled with approval. You have shown strength and unity. The path is now open to you. The crew felt a rush of pride. They had taken the first step toward proving themselves worthy. With their mission clear, the team prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They were no longer just explorers. They were leaders, ready to guide humanity into the unknown. As the crew of the Voyager gathered their strength, the Guardians' approval echoed in their minds. They felt more united than ever. However, a new challenge was brewing far beyond their lunar base. Deep in the galaxy, an alien council was meeting to discuss the unexpected rise of humans. In a dark, vast chamber on the planet Xanthos, the leaders of the galaxy's most powerful species convened. The council was composed of various alien races, the strong and fierce Xanthians, the wise and ancient Orathians, and the cunning Zephyrians. They were worried about the humans' recent actions. Zira, the leader of the Xanthians, slammed her fist on the table. We underestimated humans. They've unlocked powers we never imagined. Her scales shimmered ominously in the dim light. We cannot let them gain any more strength. We must act quickly. A tall Arathian named Eldrin raised his hand to speak. His voice was calm but firm. We cannot let fear cloud our judgment. We must understand their plans first. The Guardians have chosen them for a reason. Let's not provoke them without knowing their intentions. Rex, a sly Zephyrian with sharp features, leaned forward with a wicked smile. Understanding humans is useless. They are unpredictable. We should strike first. If we can disrupt their unity, we can weaken their resolve. The council members murmured in agreement. They felt a mix of fear and curiosity about the humans. Zira nodded, her determination solid. Rax is right. We need a plan. We cannot allow humans to conquer the galaxy by accident. Eldrin sighed, realizing that fear was taking control of the council. What do you suggest? He asked. Rax's eyes gleamed with mischief. We send spies to their base. We will create confusion. If they doubt their strength, they may fail. The council quickly agreed on the plan. Zira summoned a group of elite spies from their ranks. These spies were the best in the galaxy, skilled in stealth and deception. Their mission was clear: infiltrate the humans' base and gather information on their abilities. Back on the moon, Captain Sarah Morgan and her crew continued to harness the power of the crystal orb. They had worked tirelessly, unlocking more energy and enhancing their abilities. The glowing orb became a source of inspiration for them. One day, while practicing, Jenna Ortiz noticed something strange. Captain, I felt a shift in the energy around us, she said, her brow furrowed with concern. It's like there's something or someone watching us. Sarah paused, sensing the unease in Jenna's voice. You might be right. We've attracted attention. We need to be cautious and stay united. We have come too far to let anything distract us. Meanwhile, the alien spies made their way to the moon. They used advanced technology to cloak themselves from human eyes. They could see the crew working diligently, their energy shining brightly around them. The spies exchanged worried glances. They had not expected the humans to be so powerful. One of the spies, a Zenthian named Kyle, focused on Sarah. She seems to be the leader, he whispered to his companions. If we can create doubt among them, it will weaken their resolve. The spies listened carefully, ready to put their plan into action. That night, as the crew of the Voyager rested, the spies slipped into their base. They created small disruptions, altering systems, stealing data, and whispering doubts among the crew members. Do they really trust each other? One spy hissed as they passed the sleeping quarters. What if they're not as strong as they think? When the crew awoke, they noticed the changes. Systems malfunctioned, and whispers of uncertainty filled the air. Why is the energy fluctuating? Mark Patel exclaimed as he inspected the orb. Something feels off. Sarah gathered her crew. Listen, I know we face challenges, but we need to stay focused. We cannot let anything shake our confidence. We are united, and that is our greatest strength. But deep inside, she felt a twinge of worry. The aliens watched from the shadows, pleased with their work. They had succeeded in sowing seeds of doubt. We will wait for the right moment to strike, Kale said, smirking. Once they're unsure, we'll attack. Days passed, and the crew continued to train and harness the orb's power. However, the doubt began to creep in. Jenna approached Sarah one evening. Captain, I'm worried. What if we're not ready for what's ahead? Sarah took a deep breath, understanding her crew's fears. Jenna, we are capable of more than we know. We must trust each other and the power we've discovered. The Guardians believe in us, and so should we. Just as they began to regain their confidence, the alien spies struck. They launched a surprise attack, using advanced weapons to disrupt the power of the crystal orb. Bright explosions lit the sky as chaos erupted around the humans. The crew sprang into action. Defend the orb! Sarah shouted, her voice cutting through the confusion. They fought valiantly, but the aliens were skilled and relentless. We must protect what we've built. Sarah called, rallying her crew. In the midst of the battle, the team remembered their training and the energy they had gained from the orb. They joined forces, combining their powers and pushing back against the alien attackers. Together, Jenna shouted, feeling the strength of her team. As the two sides clashed, something extraordinary happened. The orb began to resonate with their united energy, glowing brighter than ever. The Guardian's voice echoed once more, filling the chamber. Strength comes from unity. Show them your power. The crew harnessed the energy from the orb, and a wave of light surged forward, pushing back the alien forces. The spies, taken by surprise, stumbled backward, realizing they had underestimated the humans. In that moment, the tide began to turn. The humans fought with newfound determination. As the alien spies retreated, Sarah shouted, "This is our home! We will not back down." The crew, filled with pride, defended their newfound strength and unity, pushing the aliens away. Although the aliens had a plan, they did not anticipate the power of human unity. The battle was fierce, but it showed them that humans could lead the way, proving their strength when faced with adversity. With their spirits lifted, the crew stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. After the intense battle, the crew of the Voyager gathered in their main control room. The glow from the crystal orb filled the space with a warm light, reminding them of their recent victory. But beneath the surface, they all felt the weight of uncertainty. Sarah Morgan looked around at her team, her heart swelling with pride. "Everyone did an amazing job," she said, her voice steady. "We showed them that we can stand together against any threat. But we must prepare for what comes next. They will not give up easily." Jenna Ortiz, who had fought bravely in the battle, nodded. "But what do we do now, Captain?" "They know we're powerful. We need a plan to take control." Sarah agreed. "We can't let fear stop us. The aliens tried to undermine our strength, but we stood firm. Now, we need to take the lead and show the galaxy that humanity is not to be underestimated." The crew began discussing their next steps. Mark Patel suggested, "What if we reach out to other human colonies? They might have valuable resources and knowledge. If we unite, we can be even stronger." "Great idea, Mark," Sarah replied. "Let's make contact with other colonies. We can share what we've learned and prepare them for potential threats. We need to establish our presence in the galaxy." The crew worked tirelessly over the next few days. They sent out messages to every human colony they could reach. Slowly, they began to receive responses. Some were supportive, while others were unsure about joining forces. But Sarah remained optimistic. Meanwhile, on the planet Zenthos, the alien council was in chaos. The spies had returned with news of the humans' unexpected power. Zira slammed her fist on the table again, furious. "We underestimated them. We must do something before they grow even stronger." Eldrin, the wise Arathian, suggested a different approach. "Perhaps we should consider an alliance. If we join forces with other races, we might stand a chance against the humans." Zira scoffed. "Alliance? With those weaklings? They won't help us. We need to act quickly and decisively. Let's send another wave of spies to disrupt their plans before they can unite." Back on the moon, Sarah and her crew received a message from a colony on the planet Terra Prime. The colony was eager to join forces, sharing news of their own advancements in technology and energy. "This is great news," Jenna exclaimed, excitement bubbling in her voice. "If we combine our strengths, we can make a real impact." As they continued to communicate with other colonies, the humans began to form a loose federation. They shared knowledge and resources, creating new technologies and strategies. The crystal orb became a symbol of hope and unity among them. One day, while the crew was deep in planning, an alert went off. "Incoming message," Mark shouted, turning to the screen. The face of a human leader from Terra Prime appeared, looking anxious but determined. "Captain Morgan, we've been following your progress. We want to assist you in taking the lead against the aliens. We've developed a new energy weapon that could be a game-changer in battle." Sarah's eyes widened with hope. "That's exactly what we need. Let's coordinate and prepare for a demonstration. If we can show our strength, it will boost morale across all human colonies." As the days passed, they trained hard, working with the new technology and refining their strategies. Sarah felt the confidence in her crew growing. "We are ready to show the galaxy who we are, she said during one training session. We must not let fear hold us back. We will take the lead. Soon, they planned a demonstration of their new energy weapon. The crew invited representatives from the other colonies, eager to showcase their combined strength. They set up the weapon outside their base, preparing for a live test. When the day arrived, many humans gathered to watch. They were excited and nervous, their hearts racing at the thought of what lay ahead. As the crowd watched, Jenna stepped forward to address everyone. Today, we show the galaxy that humanity is not to be taken lightly. We faced challenges, but we are stronger together. Let's make history. The crowd erupted in cheers, their spirits lifted. As the test began, the weapon charged, glowing with energy. Sarah watched closely, her heart pounding. The beam of light shot out into the sky, illuminating the area with dazzling colors. Gasps filled the crowd as they witnessed the power they had created together. This is just the beginning. Sarah shouted. We will take the lead in our destiny. We will unite all human colonies and prepare for whatever comes next. As the demonstration concluded, the crowd cheered wildly, their hope and determination evident. The representatives from other colonies approached Sarah, eager to join the Federation. We are with you, Captain. Together, we can face any threat, one said, his eyes shining with determination. Back on Zenthos, the Alien Council watched the demonstration from a distance. Zira's expression darkened as she turned to her council members. This is worse than we feared. They have united, and their power is growing. Maybe we should reconsider our approach, Eldrin suggested cautiously. They are more than we anticipated. Perhaps a negotiation would be wise. Negotiation? Zira scoffed again. We are stronger together. We cannot let them gain any more power. We must crush them before it's too late. The council was divided, but Zira's influence pushed them toward aggression. They began to strategize another attack, determined to show the humans that they would not back down. Back on the moon, the Human Federation continued to grow. The message of unity spread, inspiring other colonies to join. As the Federation gained strength, they prepared to face the inevitable confrontation with the aliens. Sarah stood on the balcony of their base, looking out at the stars. We will not back down, she whispered, determination burning in her heart. We will take the lead and protect our home. With their combined strength and newfound technology, the humans were ready to face the challenges ahead. They had come too far to turn back now. The galaxy would soon know what it meant to be united.